Hey guys, I'm Jordan and I'm pretty.
And I'm Francesca, and I'm funny, and welcome back to Pretty Funny Pod.
We're
Whoop,
back at it.
back at it again. And we
Whoop,
had
whoop.
a pop culture filled week this week. I feel like there's the
Yeah,
roast of Tom Brady, there was the Met Gala, there was a crazy episode of Vanderpump Rules. I mean, shit was happening this week.
honestly, it was popping off. And then
We gotta
also Summer
talk.
House.
Oh yeah, but Summer House wasn't that. Actually, what happened? I don't know. I don't think it was as dramatic as the other ones, but we'll get
Fair
into it
enough.
all. We'll get into it all. I
Wait, so
feel
did you
like
listen to the Tom Brady roast?
I did listen to the roast. Honestly, it was so long that I had to listen in intervals
Yeah,
because I
I'm
didn't
only
realize.
I'm only halfway in. I'm only
Yeah,
halfway in.
yeah, it was a little too long. But obviously Nikki Glazer was the funniest by far, and people were all like, "Why is she coming? Why isn't she gonna be here?" Blah 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 blah. For all you little sexist pieces of shit,
Yeah.
she was the funniest, and like all of the men on stage agreed.
Yeah,
Whatever she was doing, like
100%. She got like a standing ovation.
yeah, she was just like running down the line, like just knocking them off. It was so funny. I thought that Bert and Tom, I think their names are, they weren't funny at all. I was like, why are you here?
That slideshow or whatever was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, like the pictures were funny, but like everything they were saying, like Tom was funny, I guess, but Bert was kind of just like, that like annoying ass
Yeah,
face he makes when he
yeah,
laughs.
yeah. And his snorting.
Yeah. Oh my God. I
I
was
was
like, not
like,
that
come
funny.
on now.
They must have been like on something because it wasn't that funny.
No,
Did you get
it
to
was dragged out.
did you get to Tom Brady's part yet?
No,
Okay. He was actually pretty funny. Him and
we
Peyton
stopped
Manning,
on
I was
Edelman.
impressed.
We stopped
Oh,
on Edelman's, and I feel like I honestly feel like Bill Belichick, his whoever wrote it for him or whatever,
yeah.
he did pretty like
His
he
was
was pretty
good.
funny.
I thought his was
He,
pretty funny. Yeah. And
yeah,
I also thought Robert Kraft actually had a couple like little zingers in there. But it's
I
like so
haven't got to
awkward seeing
that.
them all in the room because I'm like, damn, do you all like really hate each other this much? It's like super uncomfortable. Um,
Do you think Tom Brady was actually pissed off about the comment about do you want a massage? Like when he got up and said like don't say that shit,
I
or do you
don't
think he was
know.
doing it to be funny?
I thought he was trying to do it to be funny, but everyone else thinks that he was like actually pissed off.
I'm like,
But I thought it was
that's the
funny.
line you draw. Like everyone is
Yeah.
like commenting on his like relationship, his wife,
Yeah.
his kids at even like, even at one point, and it's like you're drawing the line at Robert Kraft
Exactly.
being
Exactly. That's why I was like,
it wasn't even like prostitution. It was just like, do you want a massage? I'm like,
yeah. Someone
that's
had
like
to
a
make that
PG.
joke. Someone had to
Yeah.
make that joke. Yeah. I don't know. At first I thought he was just like playing into it, but other people were like, ooh, he's mad.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
Kim
no.
Kardashian getting booed. I was like, guys, stop.
I thought that was annoying. I also was just like, okay, whatever. I get it. Like, I get why they brought her up there, but like, she was so. I feel like she did such a good job on SNL, and
Yeah.
I was looking forward to her being like pretty funny, and it was just kind of like whatever.
I thought the lines she had were like decent, but like the delivery was a little awkward. But
She
also
was
she
just
like
like
had just gotten
reading
booed.
from a script. Like, she was just
Yeah.
like there was no good timing in it. She was like kind of talking too softly.
Yeah. Will
Yeah.
Ferrell was so bad. Horrible.
Okay. Thank you. When he came out, I was like, oh my God, Will Ferrell as
Yeah.
Anchorman. This is going to be so fucking good. And I was
Yeah.
just like, this was not good.
No, I was so unimpressed.
I was
It
let
was like
down.
10 minutes and it was just so
Yeah.
long. I think like none of the football players were like really good. Sam, like Julian Edelman was like decent.
I thought he was
Um,
funny.
but Randy Moss, I was like, why are you there? But also, I mean, I don't think he said one funny thing.
No, he was just like being nice. Also, the what's his name? The quarterback that Tom like stole
Drew
his job,
Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah.
He must have been so nervous because he was like licking his lip like every
He
other
was
word. Yeah, he was like
he did have to go
sipping and then
first of everyone though, like of
and
all the
I was
football players.
like, yeah, Tom, not Brady, but my Tom was like, he's probably so fucking nervous. Like
Yeah.
he's
Well, he
following
kept
all these
picking up his
comedians.
drink and it was
Yeah,
empty.
I
And he
know.
kept taking sips of his empty drink. And I was like, bro, I get it. You're nervous. But like, I thought it was like going to stop towards the end. But he just kept taking sips, but there was nothing in the cup.
I know. I felt bad for him. I was like, damn. But I mean, he did a good job.
He
I
did. He did.
honestly felt like his bit was good, but
Yeah.
no, Nikki, her delivery,
Yeah. Oh my God. The
she
comedic timing
ran
was
through.
Just
She
incredible.
ran through them.
Yeah.
And Gronk's joke was just great. Like,
Me know that not real money. I
yeah.
was dying. I also like kudos to myself, but while I was watching it, I was like guessing where her jokes were going. And I was like, oh, she's about to say this. Oh, she's about to say
Yeah.
this. And I was like, right. And I thought, maybe I should be a comedian. Maybe I
Maybe you
really am
should.
pretty funny after all.
No, I loved where it was going. She was great. I also thought the what was their name? Uh,
Sam J.
Sam J.
Yeah,
Yes,
she was good.
great.
Yeah.
The ending part where she was like talking about them fucking got a little weird, but like
Yeah.
I was like, this is funny.
That one part took it like a little too far. And I was
Yeah,
just like, but I think she was like trying to make everyone uncomfortable. And I was just
yeah,
like, well, it's working. So
it was great.
Andrew Schultz was pretty decent. He was
I
funny.
still haven't gotten to that half of
Oh,
it.
did you get to Kill Tony, that podcaster guy?
No, not yet.
Okay, he's funny because they go to like Dana White for a little with like him and all his UFC fighters, and then
Yeah.
the guy who hosts the podcast Kill Tony was there sitting next to them, and he gets up
Yes.
and I mean, when I say he walks down the stage line by line, like pew, pew, pew,
No way.
his jokes got bad. Like he was making like he made some Hamas jokes. Like it was
Oh no.
he was getting a little un-PC.
He's funny though. I have not seen his part yet, but it was hilarious because Tom like saw the table of guys. He's like,
That
"Oh,
table
those
is
are
so
all like
weird.
UFC guys," and I was like, "He goes, especially the guy sitting right next to him." I was like, "That guy is a comedian. Like
Yeah, that
he's like a
guy.
famous comedian." And he was like, "What?" He's like, "He looks like a fighter." I'm like, "No, he doesn't."
No, he doesn't. The one next to him,
What?
the one
I'm
next to
like,
him, fighter.
no.
But
Yeah, not that. No, no. I'm like, he's a professional comedian.
yeah, actually, though, the one next to him, the real one next to him,
Yeah.
that didn't have like the weird looking hair that didn't look like ninja.
Oh, yeah.
He looks exactly like the UFC fighter that Ella and I, when we went to Vegas, like got invited to their table. But the thing is, they all kind of look like that, so I can't tell who it
Yeah,
is.
you're
But it
like, I
looks
don't know who
just
this
like
is.
that guy who ordered
Damn.
sushi in 100-degree weather, sitting outside.
Who
He did
does
not.
that?
He did not find my jokes funny. I was like, "Why are you eating sushi? It's 100 degrees in Vegas," and he was just like, he didn't speak much. So
I feel like when you get hit in the head too many times, there's not
yeah,
much left to say.
yeah. The bouncer that was like not letting. Like it was like a VIP table, so we had to get like invited in. And like Ella and I were like putting in work. We were trying to get into a table so that it ended up working. The security guy was like, "You can't take pictures, blah blah blah," and we were like, "Who is it?" And
We're like, I don't know who it is.
he's like, "Don't pretend like you know exactly who it is." And I'm like, "No, I don't." And like, I can tell which one is the famous one, but like, I'm not sure who he is. Turns out there was multiple famous ones, which is the crazy part. And he was like, "Seriously, with those ears?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And that's when I learned what cauliflower ears were.
Oh my God.
And I was like, "Dude, I don't know who this man is. I can't even give you a name. He doesn't speak. He like unless he's in pop culture, I'm not gonna know. Like I couldn't name one single UFC fighter. Is Ronda
I,
Rousey a UFC fighter or is she like boxing? No, she's not boxing.
you're
She's more
asking the
gloves.
wrong person.
Exactly. So I can't like there you go. That's the only person I could maybe name.
Okay, my thing is like I totally get that. Like when you have no idea who people are, like that are famous athletes, and you're just like, that's just not in my
Yeah.
world. But the thing that makes me so annoyed is like when you know about a sport, like for example, you know a shit ton about football. I
Yeah.
feel like I know a decent amount about football. I really like football. I like watching it, whatever, but you know a shit ton.
Yeah.
I will give you that credit.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
But
I
I
am a boy,
recently, yeah, you gotta stop saying that.
It's my selling point. I'm just trying to date a guy who likes guys. No.
So stupid. No, I recently ran into a famous athlete, and the funny part is like my family is like a huge fan of this football team.
Hmm.
And so I was thinking, like, if I get a selfie with him and send it to my family, like, they're going to be like, holy shit. Because I only know him because he's really funny and he's like known for
Yeah.
being one of the funniest guys in the NFL. I took a picture with him. It was fun. Like, he was really cool. And then I sent it to like multiple people that I
Yeah.
know are fans of this team.
Yeah.
And I cannot tell you how many people were like, one, who is that? Who are
Yeah.
you with? Like, cool. Like, who is this? I'm like, this person is literally like, a huge player on this team. Like, what are you talking about? And then one of my other friends goes, are you just sending me a picture with a black guy because I'm black? And I was like, are you joking right now? I'm like, you're a huge fan of this guy. Like, he
You know what's
literally is
funny is
on
I
your
think
team.
I know who sent you that. Who
Yes.
said that text.
Yes, exactly.
Wait, I
I'm
don't know
like,
why we're like not saying his name because he's famous. It was Chris Jones.
oh, okay, well, I don't know. Like, sometimes people don't want to talk. I don't know, whatever. It was
Well, I
Chris
mean, did you
Jones.
guys make out? No. You just took a picture with him.
I guess that's true. It was Chris Jones.
Yeah. I would like to say I knew who it was. I said, I
Yes.
literally responded, I go, is that Chris Jones? And you were like, nobody knows who the fuck this is. And
Yeah.
we are little football girly brains who get shit on all the time because we used to talk about all the time the Watt brothers. And we were like, oh my God, we just like love them so much. And like Tom and my ex at the time would be like, what do you guys mean you love them so much? Like, what do you
Yeah.
even know about them? I'm like, they just seem like really nice people. And they
Yeah.
would find that so funny. They would shit on us so much for calling them like, they're like, he's just a really good
Yeah.
guy. And everyone's like, you don't know him personally. I'm like, why are you guys getting so mad? Like, he just seems
No,
like a
it's
good
weird.
guy. And like things I read about like the charitable contributions he makes and his family. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I think he's a nice person. So I like him.
Yeah, no, it was really funny to see people who are such big fans of the Kansas City Chiefs. Also, they had just won, like when I saw
Super
him, they
Bowl,
had
yeah.
just won the fucking Super Bowl, and like he's all over everything. And Tom like gave me so much shit because I was like, you didn't even know who he was, and like I knew exactly who he was, and he was like, when do you ever know who defenders are? And I was just like, but he's like famous in the NFL. Like, I don't know. Like Chris Jones is Chris Jones. Like,
no,
what?
exactly. He was like, nobody knows who like the defensive line is or whatever. And I was like, well, you're looking at two girly pops who know exactly who he is.
I'm
just
like,
by
I know
his
who
face.
Jason Kelsey is. And he's like, yeah, because
he's
he's
on
Travis Kelsey's brother. No, I know, but like, he's on the line. He's on the same line.
Yeah,
of
he's
guys.
still one of the big men.
He's one of the big guys. Anyways, basically, long story short, Francesca and I are football girlies.
Yeah, but not UFC fighters.
No.
Clearly, sorry, UFC girlies. I hate watching UFC. Oh my God. My guy friends make me watch it and like, I don't even want to get into it, but one time I watched one where this guy, like, he went to kick him, and then when he kicked the person, I guess his fucking shin snapped. So then he stepped back on it and just collapsed because his fucking leg broke from kicking someone else. And I watched it and I was like, I almost threw up. And I was like, I'm never watching this shit again.
For me, I'm just like, what is so fun to watch about UFC? Like,
I don't know.
It is just people getting like fully like pummeled into like the ground. Their shit is broken. Their shit is fucked up.
You watch them get knocked out. It's so scary. They put smelling salts on them to like wake them up. I'm like,
this shit should be illegal. Like, I'm like, this is
crazy.
Just fucked up. And who wants to like sit and watch this?
Apparently so many people.
No, there's so many people are huge UFC fans, and like I guess I get it. Like it's a sport like any other sport, but like it's a sport where people get hurt for a living.
They are just bleeding.
And it's like, who wants to watch this?
Here's what I don't get though. Hell? I'll give, I guess, UFC and boxing a little bit more than I will WWE, because WWE is like very clearly scripted. Like everybody knows it's scripted. Yeah, they had a whole show on E about the WWE people and them all like practicing their roles, like they're actors and actresses. So I don't understand how that is such a big thing. I don't get it either. Because they bring out a chair and they're trained to be pretend hit by, like they get hit, but they like know how to fall and know how to like pretend like they're smacking the shit out of them, but they're not. And people are like, yeah. And why are you rooting for people? Because it's not up to them if they win. It's up to whoever's writing the script that day.
I mean, literally.
That's what I don't understand. Same with NASCAR, but that's a story for the other day.
NASCAR's scripted?
No, NASCAR's not scripted, but you're just like turning left for like an hour. So I don't know.
I mean, I will argue that because I love watching Formula One. And I feel like they're pretty much the same thing. But
maybe
there is some action that happens. Like sometimes those races are terribly boring because nothing happens. Yeah. But you know, sometimes
I heard the events are fun, like the actual event, which I could see. But
oh, by the way, recently there was Formula One in Miami. It just took place, and I saw these influencers were like at the race, and this girl was showing the menu the prices of the fucking food that
Oh
were
my God.
like Hard Rock prices, and they were insane. They were charging like, not, it's not courtside, but race side, whatever. They were charging $290 for a lobster roll. They were charging literally $120 for nachos. Nothing was under $100. And it was like literally nothing was covered in caviar,
Oh my
gold
God.
flakes, nothing. It literally looked like what you would get at a stadium, but they were charging that much money. And I was like, is this a joke? She ordered the nachos.
Oh
The
my God.
nachos didn't even have the kind
She
of like
ordered them?
good nacho fucking cheese. Like it was like the kind of cheese you sprinkle and then you put it in the microwave to melt. And I was like,
Oh
I would
no.
murder someone if I spent $120 fucking $180, whatever it was, on the fucking nachos, and they come out looking like that. It
Okay,
was
if I
not
ever go
like
to
a
Formula One, I'm
tower.
stuffing my face at McDonald's before.
100%.
Done.
Like
Done.
it was nuts. I was like, I can't even imagine what they're charging for drinks too. Then
Yeah,
because
it's
it's
like
like if
Vegas
you're charging
prices for
that much
sure.
for food, that is just like robbery. Like
Yeah. Well, in
imagine
Vegas, like
you're
the chicken nugget
starving.
platters are like $250.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. And I remember the table that we were at that got them. We were like housing the chicken
Yeah.
nuggets because we were like so drunk.
But they're
We were like,
also so
sorry.
good.
No, they actually were delicious. And I remember the honey mustard being
Yeah.
especially good.
No, they're good. Are they $250 worth? No. But like I could get like maybe like 80 because it's a big platter, chicken nuggets and fries,
yeah, no, they
and like
do.
7 sauces.
They do
But like
bring you a
not
lot.
$250. But then again, like a half bottle of Grey Goose is like 700. So at that
That
point,
just will never make sense for me. Like, I don't see myself ever in my life paying for a table because I just could not. Like,
can't relate.
I know that I can go in and I can get free drinks or free chicken tenders from
Yeah.
somebody.
Free chicken. Free chicky tendies.
You go to the club, you're not even drinking. You're just like, I'm looking for a chicken
Like,
finger.
Well, I like my first time in Vegas or second time in Vegas, I don't know. I was out with a bunch of my friends and we got invited to this table and these guys were like trying to give me drinks. They were like, "Do you want a drink? Do you want a drink?" And I'm like, "Sir, I just need a water. It's $25 for water in this club. Please just give me one of your
Literally.
bottles." And they're like, and everyone's looking at me. I'm like chugging water. They're like, "Are you sure you don't want like a shot?" And I was like, "No, I
You're
just
like, no.
need this Fiji bottle of water because I'm so dehydrated." It was life changing.
What people charge for Fiji water is like literally a joke these days. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Honestly, I'd rather drink smart water.
No, I'm not even kidding. The first time I ever came to Miami, I was in college. It was our spring break. Me and my girlfriends came, and a friendship was nearly ended because we were on such
Over
a
Fiji
budget.
water?
We were on such a budget on this trip, like such a budget. We got a room with 2 double beds. Like we shared, there were 4 of us. We shared this room. Like we were doing everything to not spend much money because obviously when you're in college, you're broke, whatever.
Oh no.
So
someone went to the mini bar, didn't they?
This bitch, we find out, had just been taking Fiji waters like basically every single day out of to like take with the beach, like whatever, out of the mini bar. And like the Fiji water, they were charging $30 a bottle on the mini bar. And she literally refused. She refused to pay for it. She was like, we should all have to split it. We all drink it. And I was like, what?
Did
I'm
you
like,
all
we
drink
didn't
it?
know that first of all, I maybe had like 2 sips throughout the entire time. And I was like, oh, she must just be getting the waters from like the gift shop or something. Like, I'm not paying attention.
God.
And she had been taking them out of the mini bar. And so over the span of like the long weekend we were there, this bitch had spent hundreds of dollars on fucking Fiji water. I'm like, is this a joke? And my other friends that I was there with, they're like, one of which is like very like cheap sometimes.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm never talking to her again. Like literally never speak to this girl again.
Oh my God. Honestly, that would piss me off if she was taking them. She's like, we should all pay it. I'd be like,
when she said we should all pay it,
I'm drinking out of the sink over here. I'm not fucking paying for Fiji water.
I'm like, you can drink tap water in Miami. I'm good with it. I will drink the salt water from the ocean before I drink a $30 bottle of Fiji.
That's why, like, maybe it's a toxic trait, but I'm just so used to New York water that I go to places and I go to hotels. I will always use the tap water. I don't even know. I'm like, we live in America. Like, we're not a third world country. Our water system is like overall pretty decent. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it's not going to taste great in every city, but like, I'm not going to
Yeah.
die drinking water out of the tap. And I just bring my own water bottle and fill it up. Does it taste great? No. But is it water? Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like when you grow up in New York, you grow up being spoiled by the tap water. And then
Yeah.
when you go to different places, you're like, oh, like
Like,
it
it's
doesn't
just a,
taste great here.
whenever I would go back to college, it was a thing. Like, I would come home for Christmas break or summer or whatever, and then I'd go back to college in Florida, and it would take me like 2 weeks to get used to the taste of the water. Like, every time I would drink the water, I'd be like, "Ugh, what does that taste? Why does it taste so bad?" And then
Yeah.
2 weeks would go by, and I just think, wow, it tastes normal again. There's a vast difference.
Oh my God.
We need to talk
Water.
about the Met Gala though, because this
Okay, let's
is
talk about the
speaking of
Met.
Fiji water girl blew up at the Met Gala. What was that? How many years ago was that? Whatever. I digress. Not important. The Met Gala,
Yes.
Garden of Life, reawakening Sleeping Beauties, reawakening fashion, something along those lines.
Yes.
Um, Kind of disappointed in a lot of people's outfits.
Same.
Yeah, I know everyone's freaking out about Tyla's outfit with like the sand. Didn't love it that much, honestly. Like, it was cool and it was
Yeah.
innovative,
Yeah.
so I appreciate that. But I
Yeah.
really don't think it was that cool. Also, I don't know if you saw videos of her walking back, but like, they cut the bottom of the dress off and then they unzipped the back. So, because she couldn't move in it, they had to pick her up the stairs to
No,
like
I know. I
put her
saw
in front of
her
places.
being
So
like carried, and I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, so I was like, what were you doing inside? Like, did you just stand for 4 hours not talking to people?
I don't think I mean I'm the kind of person that commits to fashion, but like
I couldn't do that hard. I also don't commit to fashion, so.
yikes.
Um, Mindy Kaling's outfit, I was a big fan. I think it
Hmm.
did not get the attention it deserved. I also loved Elle Fanning's. I thought she looked
Oh,
incredible.
she did look really
She
good.
looked like water and like glowing water unicorn prettiness.
Yeah. I love Zendaya's looks, like both of them. I thought the hummingbird one to begin with was just stunning. I love the
Was a
makeup
hummingbird?
for
I thought it was a
it.
peacock.
I thought there were hummingbirds around her. Maybe I'm like losing my mind. Maybe it was a peacock.
I think it was a peacock just based on the way she was like standing, and she had like, what are those, like, it was like green and blue with the feather, which is like pretty peacocky.
Wow, I really thought that that dress was like a garden and there were like hummingbirds
Hmm.
around her. I must
Hmm.
have seen something different. But either way, beautiful. Beautiful
Beautiful. I
look.
didn't love the second outfit.
I loved her head inside of the bouquet.
The hair stuff was cool, but I mean, for there to be that
Like
big
for
of a change, like, maybe that one should have been first and then the
yeah,
peacock
maybe.
second. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But I did like I liked
I
the
love the
head
commitment
the
regardless.
head part of it was
Yeah.
really nice. I think that J Lo should just be like
JLo looked so pretty. It just didn't relate. Same with like
she
Chris
wears the
Hemsworth and Elsa
same thing.
Pataki. Like,
She wears the same thing all the time, J Lo. Every time J
yeah,
Lo's on a red carpet, she wears the same thing. She wears
yeah.
literally just
Glitter
like bedazzled, sparkly outfits,
with
and her
mesh.
attitude. Mm.
For
Did you see the
someone
video?
co-hosting, no, but for someone co-hosting the Met Gala, you wouldn't know. Like,
No.
Bad Bunny and Zendaya, like, you'd be like, oh yeah, they were co-hosting it. But Chris
Yeah.
Hemsworth and J Lo, not so much.
For me, I was like really let down by a lot of the men's looks because
Oh
I
my
feel
god, they were
like they
so
were
boring.
so boring. It looked like they were at a regular movie premiere.
Yeah,
Like it looked
so
like they were
boring.
just walking the red carpet in like a black tux. Like what the
Yeah,
fuck? What is going on with these like designers? Like
just add a flower,
I-
one
so
flower.
much more. I mean, listen, Bad Bunny looked good, but like could have been so colorful. Could
Yeah,
have been so like
I like that he tried with the fashion.
yeah,
I just didn't get the relation to the theme
yeah,
necessarily. But he like did something different, so I appreciate that
yeah,
alone.
yeah.
Dan Levy, actually, I liked his.
Oh,
I
his
hated
was
his
cool.
mustache with everything, to be honest, but he had like the whole flower bottoms. It looked really cool. There was a really Lewis Hamilton looked pretty cool.
Oh my god, I didn't even see his look.
Yeah, he had kind of like a cape vibe. He
Mm,
did a little different. He looked good, but oh my god, did you see Ed Sheeran?
no.
Uh, Ed Sheeran looked like someone that went to my middle school and went to prom in a light blue suit
Oh
because he
no.
looked so bad. And
Oh
then, not to
no.
mention, like, the pictures of him, he's like hunched over. He looked dopey as fuck.
I can't.
Yeah, the men were really, really disappointing.
Wait, so what did you think of Kendall Jenner's look?
Okay, Kendall Jenner's shoulders up. Oh my God, incredible. Her glam and her hair was just to die for.
Yeah.
I didn't get the dress.
I didn't
But
think the dress hit with the theme. I
I
think the
think she
dress
went,
was beautiful, like
yeah,
stunning. I
yeah,
loved that like sheer part of it. I thought it was
yeah,
like such a cool design detail, but it didn't fit the theme for me.
yeah. I think she went for the Sleeping Beauty's reawakening fashion part because
Mm-hmm.
all the looks she was wearing were like from the vault, never before worn, like old, like Alexander McQueen,
Okay.
throwbacks. Her after party outfit with the white wings was to die for.
Oh my God.
Loved. Oh, that was up. I was obsessed. She looked literally like a little angel goddess girl. And then her
Yeah.
and Bad Bunny were like cuddling and they were seen going back to the hotel together. So maybe they're back on.
Okay.
Bad for me, good for her.
We really were thinking Francesca had a chance.
We were thinking I had a chance.
Back to
Anyway,
Josh Allen.
gotta go back. I was actually surprised Haley Steinfeld wasn't there with Josh Allen. I was
Yeah.
hoping that they would be there.
That
Oh
would
my
have been a
God.
cool duo to see.
My boss told me that Travis Kelce's people reached out to her to see if he could get invited to the Met Gala. And
No
which is so
way.
funny because in my mind, that's like the one thing about my job sometimes is people don't understand the names of the titles. So I get so many random like emails and she's really high up. So
Yeah.
like her title is like head of fashion basically. So people would ask her, but I was just like, how do they find us? You know, and it's like
Yeah.
LinkedIn and people always like message me weird stuff. But apparently Travis Kelce's people reached out to her and she had to like send it to somebody else. I obviously am assuming it didn't work out because he was there, but
It
kind
would
of
have been
cool.
so cool to see. I mean, he loves fashion too, but like it would have been so cool to see him and Taylor walk it.
Here's my hot take. I don't think he should go unless he's with Taylor at the moment. I think right
You
now
mean
his
on
star
his own?
power, yeah.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
star
yeah.
power still isn't like it's bigger. It's so much bigger because of Taylor, but it wasn't
Yeah.
that big by itself. Like of football. I mean,
Stefan Diggs walked it.
so did Odell Beckham. So that's why I'm like
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong, but usually in the past like Tom Brady was really the only football player to
Yeah.
go and he was like Giselle's date, you know?
But yeah, it's true. But I do feel like Travis would have pulled out a cool fit.
He would have pulled out a cool fit. So I do
Yeah.
appreciate that. But I think it would have been weird for
Maybe
him not to
next
walk with
year.
Taylor or without Taylor. And Taylor hasn't gone in like 6 years.
I wish she would go.
Her outfits were always pretty boring though. But now
That's
she's
the
more
thing.
into her fashion sense and
Yeah.
she kind of has a sense of style now.
Yeah.
So it could be better.
I think that Taylor, I don't want to get called out by all the Taylor, fans. I am one of them, but like Taylor has never really had like a true sense of style for a while, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think now that she is coming into like a different era, she has like a new stylist,
Love
she
her.
has like a new vision. I think she's coming in her way, and so who knows? Maybe next year.
Yeah. Cuz even her concert stuff has gotten better.
Yeah.
But definitely her old look. She even would make jokes about it. I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was something along the lines of like, I was stuck. I like wanted to dress as like a 1970s housewife in England. And I'm like, yeah, that is what you dress like. Like when she would
Yeah.
always do those high waisted, like red polka dot
Yeah.
tankinis. I'm like, Taylor, show it off a little bit.
Yeah. True.
She's definitely come into her own a bit more. And I think she could have pulled something out cool. Also, every designer would probably want to dress her. But speaking of Taylor Swift, Kim's outfit, miss.
Oh my
Absolute miss.
God.
Her hair, loved it. But
Yeah.
her sweater was so stupid. And
It had
the
to have been covering
story,
something up.
that's what my mom said too. But did you see the story behind it? They like put a story to it. And
What
she was
was
like,
the
I'm out in the
story?
garden and it's a little chilly. So I ran in and just grabbed my boyfriend's sweater to cover up while I'm out. Go back to the garden. Something along
That
those
is the
lines.
story you came up with. And
That
you know
was
that
the
for the
story.
Met, they work for like a year ahead of time on
Yeah,
these
there
like
are
looks.
really cool stories to a lot of the looks. That one, not it.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And I think people are
Especially
getting
because
bad.
Kim every year usually like really shows out. Like sometimes she's best
Exactly.
dressed. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
very much
Like,
so. I think people are getting a little tired of the waist accentuating though,
Yeah.
because she's always in a corset.
I mean, and it's always extreme.
Yeah.
Like it's always like super. I mean, that dress, people were like, did she get ribs removed? Like
Yeah. I
it
did
was
actually like the
so.
dress by itself.
I would have loved to see it by
That
itself
skirt
without
was
the
super
sweater.
cool. Yeah.
Like it looked beautiful, but it's like
I couldn't stop looking at the fucking sweater the whole time.
it just looked dumb. Like what
Yeah.
was going on with that?
Speaking of dumb, Sydney Sweeney's look was not it.
I loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I did
Wait,
not.
what did you not like?
First of all, I hate it. I think the black looked horrible. The black
The
hair. It
black
looked,
hair?
yeah, it looked like a trashy wig. I don't even know if it was a wig, but it did not look cute. Um,
Wow.
and then it took away so much from the outfit, and I don't think the outfit was good. Her after party outfit was so bad too. I know she's like with Miu Miu right now, and I've seen
Mm.
her in some street looks with Miu Miu, and they've been a lot better. But I don't know. This one was not it
I
for
don't know.
me.
I liked that she tried something different. I also usually hate like body glitter, but I think it was glistening so pretty in the
I
video
think
I
the body
saw.
glitter, the glisten was nice.
Yeah. I mean,
Honestly, I
I
really
don't
think the
think she was
bangs,
like
like,
best dressed, but I did like that she tried a different hair color. Her eyes were like piercing, which I feel
her
like
eyes were
played into
piercing.
the dress and everything.
Yeah. I don't know.
But
The
yeah,
bangs and like the
I mean, it's fair. I
it looked
mean,
like my hair when I sleep on it wet. Just with bangs. You know? So I just didn't love that.
yeah, that's
But
fair.
well, anyway, moving on. I had a realization recently that
Okay.
I would like for you to confirm or deny. You know, when we were talking about Jason Tardik and stuff in the past couple episodes, I started thinking about the guys that I've dated and the guys I've like had things with and whatever and like who I'm into. And
Okay.
I realized they're all kind of the same, just like a different font of the other one, you know? Like they kind of like little like Pokemon, they evolve. And so they look somewhat similar, but there's just something different, like whether it's like a nationality or like a haircut or something. They
Maybe.
all kind of look the same. Because if you think about Jason Tardik and then you think about my ex and then you think about the person I was with after my ex, like there's a lot. And then you throw G-Eazy in there. Like there's a lot of
Oh my God.
similarities.
No, I definitely think you have a type.
And I think that was the first time I realized I had a type.
That was the first time.
I didn't realize how intense it was. I thought I was like, these are different types. No, they're just the same type in a little bit of a different font.
Yeah, no, you have a type and our type like that we're so different. Like who we're attracted to, so different.
It's
And yeah, there's definitely patterns for sure. For sure. Personality wise, similar. Very like outgoing. You
my
like
type or
people.
our types are
No, no,
similar.
no.
Oh,
You like people. You like guys that are like very outgoing.
yeah. I need to stop dating guys that are outgoing, though. I think it's
But
bad for
it's.
me.
I think guys are.
Actually, I really don't date that many outgoing guys. I'm serious. Like one.
Well, no, I'm like Jason Tardik
Oh, yeah, Jason.
is pretty outgoing. Like I'm not
But
saying
then,
you
like,
dated him, but like that's like who you
no,
were
I know,
like.
but
Oh,
all the
we
other
would.
guys are like quiet and shy.
I maybe. I mean, outgoing in different ways, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, so are you so excited for your trip?
Oh my God,
Like,
I can't wait.
what's your like mentality going into this? Like, I'm gonna die if you like end up with like this ridiculously hot Spanish man, and you're like, I'm moving to Spain, or
I
you're just
mean,
gonna drag him back to America
drag
with
him
you. I
back
don't know.
here. I'm super excited, but I am so stressed this week. I have so much to do.
Yeah.
I still need to shop. I have to pack. There's like 14 people that I need to see that are in the city this week. And I'm trying to work out because I hadn't been to solid core in a while and I went yesterday. I lost my almost abs. I wanted one ab by summer. I had it. It's gone now. So I'm like, how do I work out this week? I don't have that much time. Plus I have a softball game. Plus I need to go shopping, which I'm going to do after this. I'm going to go try and buy some Crocs heels, little wedge heels. They're so cute. I'm not going to lie.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to the Crocs store after this. Stay tuned.
Crocs makes a wedge heel.
Oh my
And you're
God,
about
I'll
to
send
buy
you a
it.
pic. I'm not gonna lie, they're so cute. They're so
Oh,
cute.
Jesus Christ. Is
This
this a
episode
Gen
is
Z
sponsored by
crisis?
Crocs. No, okay. Imagine. I'm trying to be one with the Gen Zs. But I was talking with my friends last night about what we were wearing.
Okay.
I have nothing planned. I'm just really winging it.
Yikes.
I told them they had to bring a couple outfits for me, but I'm really winging it. I have no idea what I'm showing. I didn't realize the type of events I was going to. I thought I was going from like a beach club to just the club
To
across the
another
street,
club. To
which is
another club.
what, but that is what we're doing. But apparently I'm going home changing in between there. So I needed a new outfit. Like I'm all over the place, but I'm excited to just go on this vacation. I'm going to eat so many croquetas and patatas bravas. Oh,
And pan con
sangria, tinto de verano.
tomate.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I haven't
I'm
been back in Spain
jealous.
since I studied abroad there because I studied abroad in Madrid. In Madrid. Just wait. I get back. I'm going to be like, oh, Ibiza was so fun.
I hate you.
Gracias. I'm going to be that girl. I'm going to be the girl that talks about studying abroad, even though I was just there for a week and a half, not studying abroad. But I can't wait. Let's transition real quick to a Vanderpump recap.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. First of
It was
all,
intense. This
this
is
has
the season
been
finale of Vanderpump Rules. So next week
potentially
is
series
potentially series finale of Vanderpump Rules.
finale.
Next week is reunion part 1.
I am so interested to see what your take is on everything that's like the ending. Like, what is your take? What side are you on? Not that you have to pick a side, but like,
Yeah.
what's your take on Lala and Sheena and everyone's like opinions on how Ariana handled it, how Tom handled it, all the
Yeah.
things?
Okay, so I kind of have like a hot take.
Okay.
I'm weirdly on both Lala and Ariana's side. And
Okay.
it's funny because they're just not on the same side. But like the first half of the episode, I was like, okay, I'm like really vibing with what Ariana said, and I'm like all
Mm-hmm.
the points she's making makes sense. And even Katie, when she was like, it's not that hard when a guy fucks over your friend, you fuck the guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, like that's a fair way to put it.
Preaching to the choir.
But I'm happy that they broke the fourth wall at the end because
Yeah.
I think people forget they are filming a show and these are their literal careers and livelihoods. And here's
Yeah.
my opinion. I like Ariana a lot and I'm glad that she's thriving and killing it and it's cool to watch her
Yeah.
do all this stuff. And I'm on her side when like Tom's like, she's so lazy. I'm like, okay, she's doing 8 bajillion things, but whatever.
Yeah.
She was a non member of the cast the last years. She did nothing.
I mean,
She
she had
was
no
Tom's
storyline.
girlfriend. She had no storyline. And people are
Yeah.
like, she talked about her depression and blah, blah, blah. She talked about it like 4 seconds. And we didn't even like really
Mm-hmm.
get what it was. And it was not even a interesting storyline. Like we never saw anything between her and Tom. And I get what Lala's saying, especially because Tom has
Yeah.
always been the like, be honest, be true, like show yourself.
Yeah.
Again, stand by it. I've hated Tom since season 1 because he's always been a little baby back bitch who does this and is like screaming at everybody else to be real, but then he never actually says anything about himself. And he's like the
Yeah.
perfect Mr. Man. So fucking annoying. I don't not believe for a second that he was coaching Ariana all the time throughout their relationship, being like, we can't talk about this. We had to be a united front, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, because he didn't want anything bad on him. I 100% agree with that. And
Yeah.
so it's like frustrating that from Lala and like Sheena's point of view, and maybe even the Toms, Ariana comes in and she finally has like once, even last season, she wasn't that big until the end when
Yeah.
everything came out.
Right.
But like she has one season where it's all about her and she's like, I'm the fucking queen. Like I get it. She has a giant ego now, like go crazy. I get it.
Yeah.
But you were nothing. You were not important on the show, to be completely honest.
Right.
She like never did anything on the show. She was never really in the drama. Like occasionally she had like a little spat, but it was so stupid compared to
Yeah.
all the other people that now you're like walking around like it's your show. It's not. Like it
Yeah.
is your season right now and good for you, but it's not your show. And I agree that she's kind of fucking over. Like if they're talking about the series finale, like all these people, their livelihood is based around this show. So like
Mm-hmm.
I get that, but her whole like everyone can't talk to him and like trying to cut him out of the show,
Yeah.
you can't really do that. It's a show.
Yeah.
And that's why I get Lala trying to be a little bit more in the middle.
Yeah.
So those are my hot takes. Like I agree with Ariana, like fuck Tom, like he's such a loser, but you're filming a show.
I don't think Ariana did a lot of things right. I think that she's doing it by her book and she's kind of I think she's honestly just over all these people. I
Yeah.
think that she's reached this point. Like, I think especially towards the end of filming, I don't know where it was like in the timeline of her getting all these other opportunities, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she probably feels, why am I still in this fucking show? Like, why
Exactly.
do I still surround myself with these people if I don't want to? So I
Exactly.
think she's just like, at this point, she's just on the show because she's on it, but she's like, I've moved on. I have a
Yeah.
new boyfriend that lives in New York. I have all these new opportunities that were probably starting to come to her at this point. So
Yeah.
she's just like, I don't need these people anymore, even though all these people are like, this is our livelihood. Like, if you just
Exactly.
like stop filming, like you're fucking all of us. And we've been
Exactly.
in each other's lives for
Exactly.
10 plus years.
And that's why I'm like on Lala's side with that. Like, Ariana, if you want to go
Yeah.
and like fully cut everyone out, go crazy. Like, I respect the hell
Yeah.
out of that. You go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, not only just the livelihood, there's millions and millions of viewers
Yeah.
that I've been watching the show longer than Ariana's been on it. Okay. Like,
No, true though. True.
so it's like you're like, okay, she had a surprise thing in season one, whatever, doesn't even count. Regardless,
Yeah.
like, you're also shitting on so many viewers that want to watch the show
No,
because
literally.
you think you're too good for everyone. The people that are watching it are who made you this good. Let's not
No,
forget that.
literally. I think that she forgets the fact that like all of this came to her because of
The
these
show and the
the show
viewers.
and
Yeah.
the viewers. Like,
She would not have had these connections to make it on Dancing with the Stars, to make it on Broadway. And she's
never.
killing them. Like, I'm happy that she's absolutely crushing them. Like, I'm not trying to take
Yeah.
away from that. But stop fucking saying like fuck you to everybody who watches and is on the show and produces the
Hmm.
show and all that stuff just because you're too good for it.
So, what's your take on what Lala said about how she got with him 8 days after? Do you have any thought in your mind? Like, I'm so curious. Do you have any little thought in your mind that maybe she knew
Knew what?
about the affair? Like, is
Oh,
there anywhere in your mind where you're like, maybe she really did know because like Tom has argued multiple times and Raquel has too that Ariana knew about it. Like,
I
I
don't think
understand.
she started dating the guy 8 days later, but she went to a
Oh,
wedding and I
okay.
think they hooked up or like met 8 days later. So I'll give her
Okay.
that. I mean, she still did get the boyfriend quickly, but I also think that that happens all the time. Like when people are just so hurt and they like close
Yeah,
off and then
that's
they just find someone new. I don't think she knew. I think maybe she's not letting in on she's not letting us in on how bad the relationship
yeah.
was. Like
Yeah.
I somewhat believe Tom in the way that like it wasn't a good relationship and it was like more comfortable. Like the end
Mhm.
of my relationship where it was like we were still together but it was like, everyone knew nothing was happening, whatever.
Yeah.
And like we didn't want to be in it. So
Mhm.
I think that was definitely part of it. And so I don't think that she knew Raquel and Tom were having an affair behind her back, but
Yeah.
I think she was aware that things weren't great. But that doesn't really like excuse the fact that he still did that, you know?
Yeah.
Again, back to me always hating Tom Sandoval. At the end, I'm still anti Tom Sandoval, even though I'm like pro Lala more. Like I'm
Yeah.
anti Sandoval because at the end, I was like, there it is. There is the narcissistic, gaslighty, psychopath behavior
When he started
that
yelling.
when he starts yelling at them, he starts
Yeah.
yelling at Sheena, and then Sheena's like, she makes me think that you're not good. And then he's like, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, I'm so sorry. And then like starts hugging her and crying. I'm like, you're literally a psychopath, a sociopath. But
Yeah.
also he's like, she said, like, she talks shit about you, blah, blah, blah. Like he was going off and immediately just talking shit that I'm like, you are psychotic. You actually don't feel bad. And that's why I also am on Ariana's side in the same way, because you don't feel bad. You still haven't apologized for actually what you did. And
Mhm.
you clearly don't give a shit. You're just trying to have your redemption arc. And I fully agree with Ariana on that part. But
Yeah, where she's like, he
regardless,
could have
we need the
talked to
show.
me.
I could definitely see Vanderpump Rules ending. And I think that like they just announced they renewed the Valley for season 2. So I
Mhm.
think like Sheena, Lala, Brock, maybe even the Toms are going to go onto the Valley.
Like, I like watching The Valley actually. It's sick and twisted, but I do like watching it. But
Same.
fucking Kristen, like,
Insane.
that woman literally needs help.
But so does
Like,
Jax. Watching her and Jax
oh, I
makes me
know.
cringe.
Wait,
And
it was actually so funny when Jax was like, the whole argument's like happening at the table, and he was like, I honestly felt left out. Like, I had nothing to say, and I just wanted to be like screaming at someone. This group of people have so many issues. Like, they are just so toxic. And then you just have the couple that has the twins, and they're just
I love
like,
them. I love
they're the
them.
cutest, but you're just like, what are you doing with these people? Like,
I don't
how
know.
did you
I'm
get
waiting for something to come out about them, but I can't figure it out if the guy, what's his name, Dan?
David, I think.
No, it's not David.
Something with a D.
It's something with a D. He, I, I have to double check, but he was saying that he was on Hannah Montana, and I was like, "Were you Hottie Lavati with the swimmer's body?"
No, he literally at the beginning of the show they show him.
Yeah, but was it the Hottie Lavati or was it somebody else?
I cannot remember the name of you. Your memory is actually fucking crazy because I watched these TV shows for years and you can just recall the name of the characters in the show, like, and they're like secondary characters.
He was barely on the show too, which is so funny.
I don't understand.
Such a memorable name. They only called him Hottie Lavati with the swimmer's body. That was his full name.
You have this talent and I will never understand it because I genuinely can't remember what I had for like breakfast.
Speaking of breakfast, I gotta go eat some food.
I'm starving right now. I'm surprised we're not having another like feature of my tummy.
No, same. Mine's about to happen. So why don't we like wrap this up? Because I am hungry.
Long story short, we spent a lot of time on pop culture this week and it was worth it. The drama was good.
Yeah, write your comments in our little Q&A box or on any of our Instagrams or TikToks. If you agree, disagree, you think our takes are too hot, not hot enough, let me know. Let us know. Alrighty, guys. That's our episode. Please remember, she's Jordan and she's pretty. And I'm Francesca. And I'm funny. And together, we're pretty funny.
Yeah.
Pod.
Go like, share, listen, comment, rate, review on our episodes. Make sure you put your alert button on so you know when the episode's coming out. Don't miss a minute of us talking shit.
And if anyone comments on my hat that they didn't like it,
oh God,
I'm coming for you.
We're going to do a poll that's like, should Francesca wear a hat again or not? See what the votes are.
Okay, bye.
See you next week. Bye.